shot time. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Learning Trick Shots is a Load of Fun. I'm Charles, so let's get on with this. Tonight's trick shot is actually a game-winning trick shot. It's super simple. Just about anybody can do it. I'll show you how to set it up and accomplish it probably within, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 tries. I'm showing it to you because I've seen it come up in game before, and it's very applicable to your regular game of pool, league play, tournament play, all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to show that to you. Like I said, it's a game-winning shot. It's even in Stefano Palinga's books. He's one of the people that I learned some of my original trick shots from, in addition to Eric Yao and Florian Benham trick shots. But again, let me be very clear about what I'm doing on this channel, all right? I do like artistic pool. That's why I got into trick shots. But the trick shots that I'm showing you guys on this channel, and that I'm going to teach you on this channel and in these videos, are trick shots that I've seen come up on the table. So they have practical application to your regular games. All right, that's my main focus on this channel. All right, if you want to see stuff where there's props on the table, doctor balls that sit on top of each other, then go to Florian's channel or book Stefano Palinga to come do an exhibition for you. All right, those guys are fantastic at doing those kind of shots. It's beautiful. I enjoy watching them. But like I said, on this channel, I want to focus on the stuff that's more practical to your actual pool game. Yeah, it's fun to, do those things, set those, obstacles up, props and all that kind of stuff, and have some fun with your buddies putting bets on them and stuff, but it doesn't have any practical use in an actual game, because when are you going to have wine glasses sitting on the table? When are you going to have a woman sitting on the table while you're playing a league match or a tournament play? You're not. So what's the point, right? So that's why I'm keeping these simple. I'm keeping them basic. I'm keeping them applicable to your regular game. All right. Stefano Palinga, a 5-time world trick shot champion, a Hall of Famer. If you guys didn't know, he has a lot of trick shots in his book. A lot of the ones that I've already shown, some of the ones that I've already shown you are actually in his book. And I got his book, just to help remind me of some of the trick shots that I used to do on a regular basis all the time. Excellent book. It tells you his life story. It tells you how he became a world trick shot champion 5 times over. So I'd recommend getting it. As you can see, here's his book. It's got a picture of him on the cover. And the book is entitled Stefano Palinga's Bringing the House Down. He's a Hall of Famer. Stefano Palinga shares his life and the secrets of how he became a world champion. So if you want to learn how to become a world champion, I recommend getting this book. All right. Awesome dude. Great guy. He'll work with you. He's fantastic. If you own a pool hall, then I highly recommend getting him to come to your pool hall and do an exhibition. It'll be great for your business. It'll bring him some business. You're supporting a great guy, and the pool community is going to have a great time with him. All right. So I can't speak highly enough of this guy at all. He's just an incredible man and an incredible player, and an incredible trick shot artist. All right. So tonight, and just to give you an example, tonight's trick shot came straight out of his book. So I want to make sure that he gets the proper credit for it. And I'm going to show you how he has it in his book, because he goes into a little bit more detail in his book on how to set it up. He'll have a paragraph on a page or two before he has the diagram explaining how to do it, et cetera, et cetera. But with his diagram, you get something more like this. All right. So this is diagram 75 of the shot that I'm going to show you guys tonight. All right. It shows you how to set it up, what kind of English to put on it, and the speed in which to do it. And if it's a shot that requires elevation, he'll have an elevation chart in there for you as well. So he breaks these shots down really well, and it's really easy to pick up the shots and learn them from this book. And it's a great way to get started in learning how to do trick shots. And it's even fun too, because you can take these, and when people see you looking in the book, they're going to be, hey, what you doing? They say, oh, I'm learning how to do trick shots. Oh, can I learn too? So it can be a community thing, and you can have a lot of fun with it. So that's why I'm bringing it up. Also because I really like Stefano Palinga. Like I said, he's a great guy, and I'd love to see you guys support him. But anyway, let's get on with this particular trick shot, and I'll show you guys how to actually do it. So here we go. We'll go ahead and pause this while I go over the setup. So if you look here, you can see it's not a very difficult setup whatsoever. There's not a whole lot to it. If you notice, the edge of the one ball is lined up with this third diamond on the long rail. All right, that's the most important thing. Freeze the one ball to the rail and have the edge of it lined up right with that first diamond. Okay. Then you want to take your 8 ball and freeze it to the 1 ball and freeze it to the rail. All right. Your cue ball is going to go down here by this second diamond from the corner pocket. And all of these balls are frozen, as you can see from the line of centers I have displayed on the diagram. The line of center from the cue ball through the 8 ball, through the 1 ball, all the way down to this corner pocket. All right. That's the setup. That's how easy it is. All right. So let's go ahead and bring up the execution diagram so you can see how this shot is actually performed. So you're actually going to aim to hit about an 1/8 to 1/4 of a ball on the 8 ball. All right. So I'm going to recommend a 1/4 ball. That's what worked on my table. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. All right. So anything that I tell you is what I found works on the table that I shoot on. You might have to make some adjustments and stuff, to placement, aiming points, amount of spin that you use on any of the shots, based on the condition of your table, based on the condition of the balls, based on atmospheric conditions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But I've already said that numerous times for you guys, but it's worth repeating, okay? Because those conditions make a huge difference in how these shots play out. And it teaches you the things you need to take into consideration when you're playing your regular league games or tournament play or any kind of competitive play. All these factors you're going to have to take into consideration and be able to make adjustments for it in order for you to continue shooting consistently well on different tables. All right. So just keep that in mind. So with this shot, aim 1/4 ball at the 8 ball. All right. You're going to do this with probably, I'm going to say, a little bit more than, say, a lag shot. So maybe trying to send the cue ball 3 rails instead of 2 rails like you would on a lag shot. Shoot it about that speed. I'm going to say that's about where it needs to be, because you do need a little bit of speed with this to help with all the action that's going to take place. And as you can see, the lines are color-coded based on the ball, and it shows you the direction of the balls that you're dealing with. So the cue ball is this white line that comes up here, hits 1/4 of the 8 ball, comes down here, hits half diamond from the corner pocket, comes across the short rail, hitting almost at a diamond, and then bouncing back out on the table. All right. Your 8 ball is going to carom off the 1, basically get compressed into the rail, carom off the 1, and then shoot straight across the table to the corner pocket, to the side pocket there, winning your game. So make sure you call that pocket and make sure you mark that pocket if you're in a league that requires you to mark the pocket. Don't want any confusion with this. Let them know that that's your intent right off the bat. You win the game, you're good to go. All right. The one ball is going to come off the rail a little bit, hit the inside of the pocket or right at the pocket's point, turn around and bobble in the pocket, come out, hit the short rail, and bounce back out towards the middle of the table. It's a very simple shot, not a whole lot going on with it, not a lot to the setup, not a lot in the actual execution, but it is a pretty shot to see that 8-ball slide across table when you're not expecting it to. So without further ado, let's play that shot and let you see it for yourself. There you go. There's that shot. So let's back this up and we'll let you see it again. We'll have a little drum roll this time. That's why I'm being a little goosey, right? All right. Bear with me. The rest of you, baby, that starts to feel a little goofy. I get a little loopy when I get tired and it's late at night. So that's kind of what's going on here, guys. There we are. And there's your trick shot for this week. All right. Very basic, very simple. It's called the Topsy Turvy Shot. And like I said, if you get Stefano Polinga's book, it'll be in there and you can see all the different things that he breaks down, how he describes how to do the shot, et cetera, et cetera. But you should be able to pick it up from just what I did here. It's a very simple shot. When I set it up to practice it before I turned the camera on, I did it probably 6 or 7 times. And out of those 6 or 7 times, I made it about 5 of those times. All right. Pretty simple shot, you know, pretty easy to adjust if you know how to adjust for all the different conditions that you need to consider. That's why I said it's fairly straightforward, fairly simple. You get the idea. You can execute it pretty well. But yeah, go ahead and support Stefano Polinga. Grab that book. It'll do you a lot of good. But in the meantime, I'm going to call it a day for this video. But make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and make sure to hit that notification bell because I've got a lot of videos that are going to be coming out over the next, 10 weeks at this point when you see this video. So I've recorded a bunch of trick shots and I'm just delayed putting them out just to give me some time to work on my actual game and do some training and knock some more of the rust off of my game, trying to work back to where I used to play, which was probably right around that high 600 to low 700 range on the Fargo scale. Got a long ways to go. But every time I try to get in there and get some training done, I get sidetracked. Somebody walks in, a friend walks in, hey, let's shoot a game. Okay, whatever. Next thing I know, one game turns into 30 or 40 or 50 and several hours have gone by. I'm not complaining about that. It's fun. It's a great time. It gives me time on the table. It gives me a little more experience. It lets me see where some of my shortcomings are, some of the things that I need to work on. But after the multi-day tournament that I did a couple of weeks ago, I saw some things that I honestly didn't like. And it kind of fired up my competitive nature, my competitive fire. And I'm determined to make sure that those things don't happen again. So that's why I've gone into training mode, because I'm definitely done with the whole practicing and having fun, just playing games. It's time to train. So I'm going to be doing a whole lot of training over the next 11 weeks as these videos I scheduled to come out each week. Probably going to be a Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. But that's why I say hit the notification bell so you get notified every time one of those videos drop. It's going to be a new trick shot every week. One of the trick shots actually has multiple versions. I've already shown you one of those versions. So I'm only going to show you 2 in that video, but you'll know when that comes up. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on. So if you guys would like to see how I train, the stuff that I do to train to improve my game, get better at it, figure out what my shot percentages are, and things like that, and how I figure out where the cue ball is going to end up on the table based on the kind of English that I use on a particular shot, how I get positioned, whatever. If you guys want to see that kind of stuff, pardon me, then please leave a comment and let me know. And if there's enough interest, then I'll go ahead and break the camera out and start recording some of my training sessions and showing you what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to accomplish, and show you my failures, my shortcomings, as well as my strong points, and work you through that whole process. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, then go ahead and leave a comment, and I will start incorporating some of those in these videos that I'm releasing each week. All right. But with that said, again, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and we will see you guys in the next video.